It is important to keep track of the number of times you have desired to create some distance between yourself and another individual. It's possible that you've just come to the conclusion that the relationship is finished and that you need to create some distance between yourself and the other person. Alternatively, it's also possible that things haven't been on the right track lately and you're ready to move on. Before you realize it, you will begin to disappear from their life, either gradually or all at once, leaving them with no prior notice or opportunity to say goodbye. This will happen before you even comprehend what is happening. It is important that you pay attention since this video is intended for you, regardless of whether or not you have considered this possibility. It is imperative that all contact with the person who committed the offense be severed in order to put an end to a chapter permanently. Saying no contact suggests that you will not communicate with that individual in any way. This is a way for coping with the emotional aftermath of a breakup when you are caught in a toxic dynamic and can't seem to break free of it. This might be due to the fact that you are reliant on the relationship, that you are having difficulties moving on, that you are having trouble terminating the relationship, or any number of other reasons. It is important to keep in mind that the second person will also be impacted by the use of the strategy. We will not be the only ones who experience or think a great deal. It will have an effect on us and have some kind of influence on us. To put it another way, our former partner will experience a wide range of feelings, thoughts, and sentiments, and they will determine how this person behaves toward us. As we continue on our journey through life, I want you to be aware of the situations in which I have advised putting this zero contact rule into effect, as well as the ways in which you may determine whether or not it is successful by sharing the thoughts and feelings of the other person when you choose to separate yourself from them. In the field of psychology, what precisely is the point of avoiding interaction with people? By putting a halt to the other person's pattern of aggressively seeking us out, the objective of this method is to completely remove the other person from our lives. Regardless of whether they came to us for assistance due to reliance or necessity, after the appropriate amount of separation, they will either get bored or unhappy, or they will begin the usual grief and healing process. It's possible that they'll fall in love with someone else to make up for the one who shattered them. The only way to achieve true separation is to physically separate ourselves from the other person. Otherwise, we run the danger of giving them hope, which will only make them want us back more and more. It is great to have no contact for a variety of reasons. Nevertheless, there is one issue that I would want you to be aware of today. These are the 4 most important elements to consider when you make the decision to break off all contact with someone you believe to be toxic or harmful, particularly if they have recently caused you harm. You are putting distance between yourself and the connection. Someone who is aggressive, arrogant, and self-centered is considered to be a toxic person. One method to create some distance between yourself and such a person is to avoid social interaction with them. If we completely cut off all contact, we will be able to break the cycle of emotional dependence, and more significantly, we will be able to quit depending on the same person and begin our lives again. What your ex-partner thinks about your decision to firmly remove yourself from them or to impose a no-contact policy is, nevertheless, the most important question to ask after making such a decision. Your absence of physical closeness to another person leads them to experience different feelings, which in turn drives them to think and conduct differently. This cycle continues over and over again. Not only will they have a sense of relief as if they have made the right decision, but they will also reinforce the notion that they have terminated their relationship with you. For the time being, they may not be aware that you have left, and they could see the fact that you appear to be increasing your distance as an indication that you are all right with their ending their relationship with you. It is likely that they are experiencing the freedom that comes with being single and that they are enjoying it. Once they become aware that you are spending time with their friends, it is quite probable that they will return to their typical routines and interests, which means that they will begin to engage in activities with other people. Initially, they won't be aware that you are no longer with them, since they will be consumed with themselves, their life, and most likely justifying their decision to end their relationship with you in their own minds. There are certain individuals who, after being rejected, go through an initial time that is more sad. This stage is often characterized by emotions of regret, depression, or excessive activity as a method of evading the pain that would otherwise be experienced. Because there is no contact between you and the other person, it is possible that they will start to notice your absence after a certain amount of time has elapsed between the two of you. To tell you the truth, we all secretly wish that the other person, the one who leaves, will make an effort to locate us, or at the very least, make some kind of contact with us, even if it is only a small one, in order to convey to us that they are thinking about us and that they would miss us. Our ego is the fundamental generator of this need that we have. For whatever reason, we are of the opinion that such a display of interest will take place, regardless of how little it may seem. When, on the other hand, it does not work and the person really disappears from our lives, the emotional distance generates some confusion and strangeness, since it is not what we were anticipating. At that moment, we start to have doubts about everything, which causes our thoughts about that person to become more intense as we worry about their whereabouts and the reasons for their departure. The person has the option of either remaining mired in this cycle for an extended period of time, or making an effort to break free and engage in a new activity. On the other hand, they could start actively looking for each other at this point. Your refusal to connect with the individual will, in a manner that is not immediately obvious, cause them to feel rejected. At first, they will make an effort to live their lives apart from you, to avoid thinking about you, and perhaps even to do harm to themselves. As more time passes and you continue to avoid communicating with them, they will begin to have the impression that you are rejecting them, and their confusion will develop into worry. While you are in the process of putting the pieces of your life back together, especially in your relationships, this person will start to fear that you are disregarding their existence. There is a clear correlation between the degree of dependency they have on you and the possibility that they will return to your area. As more time passes, there is a shift in the dynamic. Bad memories become less prevalent, and happy memories become more prevalent. The emphasis tends to shift from the negative aspects of the connection to the good aspects as the relationship develops, which in turn draws attention to the widening gap that exists between the two individuals involved. The reason for this is because there is a bias in memory that demonstrates how the pleasant things are easier to recall than the unpleasant ones. If all goes according to plan, this should be the time at which the anguish of forgetting begins. At this point, one of two things might take place. Either the connection is not strong enough to make the separation an incentive to carry on with life and reinforce the decision to terminate things, or the agony of loss becomes extremely evident owing to the continuous reliance. Both of these outcomes are possible, despite the fact that it seems that the other person has gone on with their life. The individual is confident that they will never see anyone else again. Anytime they are put through a difficult situation, it puts to light all that they have lost. As a result of making a decision that would result in them losing all they have and everything they possess, a person may begin to confide in other people, enter the forgetting stage, or dream about reconnecting with the other person. When you get acquainted with him or her, you have the opportunity to initiate a new and unique relationship, one that is distinguished by the formation of new memories. Perhaps you are concerned about how the other person will respond to the fact that you have a no-contact policy. I can promise you that putting in a no-contact order, which entails physically isolating oneself from another person, is not an easy process to do. Observing a period of grieving is necessary, and the act of doing so takes some time. It is normal to wonder if it is beneficial and how one can determine whether or not it is successful. It won't be easy to implement the no-contact policy or to split up with your partner. There will be moments when you'll want to go back to the previous relationship in order to make up for what you've lost. With that being said, after you have gained an understanding of your thoughts and emotions, you will come to the realization that taking a break is important for both your mental and emotional well-being. At this time, you will start to feel better, recover your power, self-esteem, love, and life in general. You will also begin to feel better about yourself. Your disposition will improve, and you will develop confidence, both of which will make you seem more attractive to other people. You will start to prioritize yourself, which will lead to a rise in your value and subsequent expansion. Your ability to reclaim your independence and self-esteem is a good indicator that you were able to do so with the support of no contact. You should also consider how much as you begin to fill your life with new things, such as new hobbies, new friends, and new types of interests, you will start to forget about the routine you had been following before. However, in the meanwhile, your former spouse, and most importantly, ignoring the psychiatric jargon, the following phrases would be an excellent way to summarize everything. Eliminating any communication with a person is a totally appropriate course of action, because when we stop being there, that's when we become conscious of how lonely we are. If you've ever contemplated withdrawing, leaving, or vanishing, it's because you stopped being there a long time ago. The realization that no one else loves, strives, or even tries as much as we do is the first and most important item to take into consideration. You, on the other hand, have already mastered the idea and taken possession of it. You should go away from that person if you feel the need to. You shouldn't be concerned that you could forget about them. The place where people love you the least is the place where I am most afraid you will end up getting to. It is best to avoid being in a relationship when the other person does not exhibit any symptoms of loving or missing you, appreciating you, or acknowledging your existence, because I can assure you that you will go through a huge deal of agony, maybe for the rest of your life. This is the biggest dread that they have. Have trust in your own judgment, especially the sensation that you have in your gut that it is time to walk away, complete that chapter, and move on with your life. It is inevitable that your connection with that somebody will eventually come to an end, even if they have ceased loving you for a very long time, or much worse, if they have never loved you at all. It is not necessary to be concerned with the other person's opinions at this time. You should just move away from them. I guarantee that they will eventually learn to respect you for who you are. I assure you that there will come a time when they will realize how fortunate they were to have you by their side, and it is possible that they may look for you once again. It is not out of any feeling of loss that he does it, Rather, it is the diabolical want to be in your company at all times that drives him to do anything. You are very important in contrast to someone who is completely oblivious to their own wants and requirements and who is unable to recognize and appreciate their own good fortune. You should be with someone who is happy with their life from the very beginning of your relationship. That is something that I certainly hope they will keep in mind at all times. In this manner, God instructs you to go. When you leave, I will demonstrate something more significant to you. Ensure that you never forget it. To what extent did you feel about it? Have you picked up any fresh information? Please leave a comment below and let us know how you felt about it before you go. I would be really appreciative if you could provide me with comments, and I am thankful that you have allowed me to be a part of your life. In the event that you are interested in knowing more about me and our journeys through life, I would want to have my cake too. All of our social media outlets are open for you to follow, and we encourage you to do so. I am going to offer the pertinent links in the description of the movie so that you can easily access them and we can become closer to one another. I implore you to close your eyes and say, "Here, receive the most powerful hug you've ever received." This is true regardless of the time of day or the location you are in at the moment. I would want to make that my last request. In all seriousness, I am referring to the fact that you are, in fact, setting sail on a journey through life. Before you go, take a moment. Thank yourself for being here, for listening, for showing up today. You don't have to have everything figured out. Just keep taking small steps. I'll see you in the next story.